Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Taurus for June 2020. So guys, keep in mind it's general, take what you feel is for you and disregard the rest, but know that no matter what messages come through today, it's still up to you and how you integrate this message, the choices you make, and the steps you take to get your fulfillment in this world. And for me, that's personal power, my friends. For all my subscribers, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Love you, love you, love you. And for anyone who's new, welcome to my channel. Please feel free at the end, if you feel like this is resonating, subscribe. Let me encounter your energy more often. It'd be wonderful to have you along the ride. So I'm just going to take a moment to ask Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron to join us before we begin. I'm going to ask to be guarded, guided, blessed, and protected throughout this reading, and any of you who would ask for it as well, to use me as the clearest channel possible to deliver only the messages for the highest good of those of us watching. So we're going to start off first with the messages from the Healing with the Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. The bottom I can see already is Serenity, trying to maintain calm as well. For some of you as well, while I was trying to shuffle these, I was hearing, I kept wanting to say the year 2006. So for some of you, I'm not sure, I think it was the Virgo reading as well. I wanted to say that, so it could be an earth thing in general, or it could hold significance. If it doesn't have a significance to you, disregard it, but know that this message is, time is fluid, right? So we could be picking up on situations from the past or something that's happening now. It's really just how you feel it is for you, okay? Keep an open mind. So Spirit, what is an overarching energy for June 2020, please? Harmony. Maintaining harmony, and we have answered prayer at the bottom. And I think this is really important because this is more so than just holding balance. Being in harmony also means that we are, I'm feeling like harmony with the earth, right? If we are in harmony with the earth, it's one of these leave nothing but footprints. If we are in harmony with ourself as well, we are balanced, we are whole, we know that we're enlightened as well, and we're able to walk our path beautifully. And if you see here, walking in the nighttime, not worried about animals or predators or anything like that, just the music. And as well as I feel like our vibrations can lead the way, that music will lead the way. And there are some fireflies there as well. Let's find out. What else would you have us know for the sign of Taurus, please? So we have surrender and release. And I love this, that this came out, because music, right? And the vibrations can lead the way, playing the music, paying special attention to music. I feel like this may be something to lean on this month. Listen to the music that you like. Also, this could have to do with frequencies as well. Some of you may want to listen to, I'm hearing, I like 432 hertz, just depending on whatever you like to listen to for healing frequency music. That may be helpful just to set your body more in harmony. And if you're feeling like there is an imbalance as well, this would really help you. We also get surrender and release. Surrender to the divine. Whatever your plans are, put them in motion, but know that we can't control outcomes, right? The more tightly we hold on to things, the less likely that new can grow. So what I like with this one is she's holding a vessel here full of water, but it has a hole, right? It's leaking water out. She can carry it, and hopefully when she gets to her destination, there's something left in this. But I'm feeling like this is trying not to worry so much about where you're going, just to enjoy the road that you're on, and to take I heard pride and relish in the music of life. So in this one, she's playing a trumpet. For some of you as well, if you play a musical instrument, this may be really, really healing. But surrendering to the divine as well is like saying, you know what? I now choose not to dwell. If you're experiencing anxiety as well, going, I surrender my worries, I surrender my cares over to Spirit. I like to ask Archangel Michael, especially, ask him to bring his shield down. Sometimes what I like to envision and do is imagine him bringing that sword down around my house, that there's this giant bubble of energetic protective light, and that with that sword, as he crashes through, nobody else can enter, right? It is a protected field. So trying to maintain harmony, surrendering our worries and our anxieties over, and if that's difficult, look at it like this. Is it something you can change? Can you make it any better by worrying about it? If the answer is no, try and surrender it. That's easier said than done. Under here was meditation, and they also want me to show you friendship, because leaning and listening to the music, listening to the spirit, to guidance from spirit, listening to your friends, listening and asking for support. But this meditation is also important. For some of you, the music could be for meditation. But if we can quiet our mind and get more in harmony with ourselves, this is going to help us along the way. So Taurus, definitely this month, Spirit's saying, you know what? Try and maintain a balance. And again, harmony is much more than just balance. Harmony is a feeling that you have inside as well. So keeping your meditative practices strong. For some of you as well, what you may want to do is just engage in a daily meditation practice. It doesn't have to be long. It can even be a few minutes sitting outside in the sun and closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths in and out, and really relaxing and being open. So if you receive messages through this, if you receive visions through this, take them and accept them. I heard as well some of you may be getting that in your dreams, but friendship is important this month as well. Leaning into our friends if we need help, if we need support, and if we're feeling a little bit out of balance, remembering that when we bring joy to our life, sometimes that stuff that we're holding on to or that we're worrying about kind of falls away. So ask your friends for help, listen to the music that you like, create music as well. But again, too, listening to spirit, right? Actively listening to spirit. So let's ask one more message. This one was going to be the one, and it's dreams. It came out sideways, so it was like, this is the one. New love I saw under there as well. Some of you may have that coming in. Could even be tied with the friendship. But if any of you are receiving messages through your dream space, you may want to take a few minutes as well to meditate on that. To be like, Spirit, what was that about? Why is that there? Some of you, I heard, could be getting some warnings in your dream as well. I know myself, and this is not about me, but I have been experiencing some incredibly vivid dreams this month, and even parts of last month. I think part of it is we're going through a major shift collectively, but if you're experiencing some very vivid ones, they could even be tied to past life stuff. So meditating and asking spirit for a little guidance could definitely help, as well as talk to your friends. Tell your friends about your dreams. If you're having weird ones, write them down in a journal. But I heard take heed, right, to whatever they're saying here. So I'm going to get a message now from the, Sacred Rebels Oracle. On the bottom of the deck here is release the dark wound, let love live, right? So anything with this surrender and release, any darkness, surrender it. If it's in the past, I can't change it, right? You can't take back something that's already happened. If someone's hurt you, you can't change that again. You could only take steps forward to A, I will not allow them in my life. B, we're remedying the situation. And I heard as well, like, pay attention to the red flags, right? Don't let people walk all over you and things like that. But a lot of people think as well that if I surrender this is just giving up. It is not giving up. It is actually being more active in where you are now, because you're not holding on to the past. You're allowing it to be released so that new things can come to you. Spirit, what is one important message for the sign of Taurus for June 2020? The bottom is defend to the end, the worthwhile. And I want to show you this as well, inner trust. They have under here as well, they want to show me to show you is seeing the real you, the true you. Softly, softly, the tender touch. She feels, she knows. Listen to your heart. If there's something with this defend to the end, the worthwhile, that you've been working on a long time, this talks as well about tears have been cried, right? There's been tears. There could be blood, sweat, and tears. If there's a project you've been working on that you've really put your all in it, don't give up. Follow the inner trust that you have and the inner guidance that you get as well. This could also come from meditation, but this card to me always, I feel, it reminds me of a vagina. okay? The birth canal, birthing something out. And this is following your own ability to even do that. You know, following your ability to see through to the through to the real and true you, to see that you are strong and you are powerful and that your inner feelings mean something. If you keep getting little niggles and these constant pushes to go somewhere, to do something, if you know what you've been working on is worth it and it's going to pan out, by all means, go for it. If you know that you are feeling a certain way and you're not exactly sure why, again, take some time to meditate, because these feelings are really important messages from our soul. Softly, softly, the tender touch means we're not going to force anything. We're receiving light and enlightenment through spirit as well, I feel like, and that's important to know. I'm going to read to you part of number 22, which is she feels she knows, because I think it's super important right now. Number 22. An illumination is erupting from within you, as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly why or how you came to know it. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now or has just recently come. Gently but firmly, from that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next step forward. Right? No matter what's happened in your world, if you have an idea and a plan to execute it, continue. There's going to be hardships along the way, but trust yourself and trust your power to do that. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long-range or long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or movement is of importance, although you will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are, and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even if it may look like an obstacle right now. You are being asked to think of terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. If you can't see how the present can possibly become what you might sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. Through the process of natural transformation, great leaps are indeed possible. You simply must be prepared to surrender into the process and the absolute trust. Absolutely, right? Surrender, my friends. This oracle brings you specific guidance. The situations in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you, according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and building a foundation that will hold you strong and centered as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes even more brilliant and luminous. So keep plugging away, remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you, for it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. And there is a healing process here that says you can stand with your feet at the hip width and your arms loosely, comfortably at your sides, and say aloud, I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. One more time. I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding from within me now. You can also say, I surrender what is into the loving fire of transformation, the light of which illuminates the present and manifests the future in the highest creative expression of unconditional love. When we know this, when we surrender that we are all on a learning curve, We're not the same person we were 10 years ago, nor are we the same that we'll be 10 years from now. Right now is who we're focusing on. And again, this could be really long range, but keep going with it. If there's been struggles, if there's been hardships, what were they here to teach you? And this could be a lot about teaching ourselves, right? As well as trusting in yourself, trusting in your ability to manifest. And for some of you as well, I keep feeling like there's past life dreams. What are they teaching you? What is the true self that you are working on? And then the bottom, again, I'm going to show you here is Pandora's box. Because within that box, they talk about Pandora. She opened it up and all these evils went into the world. Well, let's not look at it like that. Let's look at it. These are the things that we hold tightly and quietly. But within that, the release of that, there's so much beauty when we can finally release what's not here for us anymore. And what lessons were here, what lessons were meant to be lived. Softly, do this gentle. Be gentle on yourself. Be nurturing with yourself. And don't stray from your true authentic self. I feel like one of the most important things here is to remain in harmony with yourself. To not give in to peer pressure. To not do things because just only other people want you to do them. If you feel it's not in your best interest, you need to listen to yourself. As well as with music. This is also the inner vibration that you hold within yourself. But not being afraid to express joy in this world. Because there is so much joy meant for you. I feel like that's part of that message. I want to bring some messages now from, this is the Guardian Tarot. And this is for Taurus for June 2020, please. Can you please give me some guidance moving forward for Taurus, please, for June 2020? Thank you. You got the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands. And at the bottom, the Two of Wands is about a decision. I feel like this is important because this is progression, okay? This is 5, 6, and making a decision consciously. The Five of Wands is a lot about looking in the mirror, looking at the past hardships, and illuminating what has once been. But if we focus so much on what's happened in the past, we're not going to be able to move forward. And the Six of Wands is about celebration, victory, and success, and being able to take those steps forward. This is stagnant. There's not fire here. It's just looking down in self-reflection mode. We want to make these decisions and make these decisions consciously that we're going to move forward. If something has happened in the past that's burdensome, feel it, right? She feels, she knows. Why do I keep feeling this? What is the lesson it is meant to teach me? And trust yourself. Trust in that. Listen to your own inner knowings when it comes to that. But know that there are things to be gained from past reflection. But if we stay there too long, we can't explore the new beauty in our world and we can't let anything else in. And the Two of Wands here is about a decision. Major crossroads. But I love that it's in that pink, that beautiful magenta sky. That means that it's coming from a place of unconditional love. Can you tell me about the Six of Wands, please, Spirit? You have the Tower. But this is about making change. That maybe what's going to bring us victories and success is making changes. So if we're coming from a place of self-doubt and feeling unworthy and not within harmony of ourselves, it's time to say, I surrender. I give up. I give up the guilt I've been harboring. I give up the doubt I've been holding on to. And I release that to Spirit. And again, the bottom here, as I'm saying that, we have Death. So Death card came out as well in the last reading I did. Try to remember what that was. Cancer. But this is Scorpio energy. But some of you, this is rebirth. This is a place to make the changes, to say, I am done. I'm done with the past. It can't hurt me anymore. I'm done letting it haunt me. And I'm going to move forward because that's really what needs to happen. Five of Wands is also about changes. To see it for what it is and to say, okay, how can I let it change me? How can I let and this is empowered vulnerability. How can I let these feelings that I know are real, I know they're valid, How can I let this change me and move on into the next step of my world? Tell me what needs to end, please. So you have the Five of Cups in reverse. The Five of Cups here is about getting to the heart of the matter. In the reverse, it's kind of a refusal to see what the heart of the matter is. And the Nine of Wands here as well is this wounded warrior, thinking that life is very, very difficult all the time. In the reverse, it's saying, you know, it's time to release. Also, I heard victim mentality as well. If we feel like we've been constantly experiencing hardships, we don't have to own that as our truth. We can say, yes, I've experienced some hardships, but it's time to let that go because I don't want that to be my truth anymore. Seeing to the heart of the matter with these two fives, with the Five of Cups, this is heart and fire. This is something that you've held on to and held dear for a long time. And I feel like it's so important in the success here to let go. Again, I keep hearing victim mentality with this. He's not doing so good, right? And we got red here. A lot of root chakra. If there are fears that we have that are associated with past experiences, we want to get to the heart of those as well and say, you know what? I banish fear. I no longer allow you to dwell within my being. I want to move on, and I know I'm capable of moving on, and I'm going to move on now. The Nine of Swords in the reverse as well. And this is fears, debilitating fears. And the reverse saying, no more, right? We can see through this. We can see that all this is an illusion. And really, yes, there are important fears, but then there's fears that are just there, mass media as well, to stop us from being in our greatness. And I feel like if there's something you are fearing, and if it's greatness you're fearing as well, surrender and release it. Say, you know what? Darkness, you no longer have a hold on me. I choose to release this now. Surround yourself in the light, and that's this softly, softly, the tender touch. So perfect, because this is, again, progression. The Seven of Wands is moving on, and he's gaining some lifeblood, right? He's spreading his wings. He's learning more about himself, more about his personal freedom, and he's no longer tied down or stuck in one place. I want to read to you the Seven of Wands. The message is there. And this is really nice. 5, 6, 7 to end this off with, meaning that there is absolute progression. So don't stop. Don't ever give up. Keep going and remain in harmony with yourself. And again, if you're having trouble, listen to music. It's so healing. So the Seven of Wands talks about, as the butterfly draws closer to this guardian, the ancestors of the past arrive, surround and support him. The wings of the accompanying bird have spread open, protective. He guards against that which may want to hold him into place that no longer serves him. You are ready to move forward to embrace a new level of self-awareness. This card simply lets you know that your ancestors and symbolic spiritual animal guides have literally got your back. Be aware that as you embrace your new self-awareness, there comes a change in your behavior, your manners, and your responses to others that may be perceived as defiance. But if you change and other people are seeing you as defiance, there's going to be a lot of realizations you'll see here, especially when we stop letting people use us, when we stop letting people manipulate us, when we start standing true in our own self, when we start trusting ourselves and trusting our ability to prosper in our endeavors. People who may have benefited from keeping you down, they're going to get their back up. They're going to be upset, but you don't have to feel guilty for moving on. You don't have to keep stuck, is one of this message. So if you have inner knowing, but you just, like this card said, you're not sure how it's all going to pan out, that's okay. Baby steps, one step at a time, much like this. 5, 6, 7. Actually, yeah, 2 5s, but 5, 6, 7, all of wands. And this is your passion, this is your drive and your doing energy.